Hello and welcome back to my Let's Challenge of Ratchet Clank 3, and first of all I need to apologise because this is unfortunately not the first time that I'll be playing through this recording. Unfortunately I lost the recording previously that I had, so what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be zipping through. As you can see, 5 is currently unlocked. This is being recorded after the next, after the episode that you'll see next, but yeah. So essentially what the episode was we do 3 and 4, and essentially we're just going to zip through this as fast as possible. We're going to see if we can get the skill points as opposed to that. Unfortunately, as you can see, we don't get to even see the cutscenes and stuff like that. So, first of all, we're not gonna, so we're just gonna try and grab everything. There's a 10, there's the health upgrade is down there, just so you know. There's a 10 up here. So we're just going to try and get all of the quark tokens as fast as possible. But yeah, no. So I am very sorry that that the recording did fail, because it would have been fun to, obviously continue playing through. And obviously you will miss out on a fair amount of cutscenes and stuff like that. So not just these quark cutscenes, but also the cutscenes throughout Metropolis, which, to be fair, are actually probably some of the more major ones in the game. So, anyway, what you can do is you can jump up there for another 10. You can jump across these. There's a 10. There's a single one up there that's really easy to miss, actually. Just so you know. And then there's a 10 down here, one of the most obvious 10s as well. And then we can continue to make our way through. We are not playing this well, but oh well. Thankfully, unlike later ones, there is no boss to this one, so we really don't need to worry about having a lot of health at the end. Whether we can just skip through the rest of this. So there you go, there's your 100 out of 100, and we can end nice and fast. So we're doing, what, 211? I think it's 150 is the time that you need to beat for this one, if I remember correctly. Unfortunately, we can't skip this, but yeah, as you'll see, obviously I'll get a hell of a lot, much fewer bolts as well, I think. 600 seems a lot, though. We'll also race through episode 4 as well in the VidComic series, which is obviously the second one that we would have done. So, see, episode 4, there we are. So yeah, and then we'll go over to Metropolis, which is obviously the mission that we would have, the planet that we would have been doing, in case it's not made clear by this video. Essentially, the third comic is all about Quark catching up with sort of infiltrating Nefarious's lab on planet Magmos, which is where the interaction takes place, and then we see that Quark supposedly kills Dr. Nefarious, and then comes back to Metropolis for a life of sort of slumming it, really, just enjoying life. Only to then, once again, we'll now see that Nefarious is back in his robotic form this time, and is looking for revenge on Quark, and also, in turn, the city of Metropolis itself. So, you can get a 10 just down here. And then we can jump up to here. So you need to watch out for that there'll be a 10 located along this ride, just there. You can miss that if you're not careful. You don't want to take too many hits because I want to save them for the boss at the end of this one. But anyway, so jump off. These sort of bombs that this fires have a very sort of loose homing ability. Bye. So, we want to head over here for another 10. Anyway, so we pop down here, take care of that. Fortunately, we have lost some health. That's not hard to take care of. We can now pop down here for another token. You can see that we're already very close to it. I suppose the important thing that you guys are probably worrying about is whether I died at all. I have not died yet. I did not die throughout Metropolis. I did not die on this Walk Vid comic. So we still have the max amount of lives going into the next planet, which is Zeldrin, which you'll see at the start of next episode. That's a bit of a mess. Might mean that we might not be actually be able to get the speedrun. Like I said, like I've hopefully said before, the speedrun for this one is really, really quite simple. It's just over 4 minutes, I think. And really there's ample time to do that. So up there is your health upgrade. Whilst we're going to go through here, taking out more of these weird bug rings. Ouch. I wish I could have the health upgrade at the moment, because now we have the boss battle with Dr. Nefarious.
Wait, don't tell me. You changed your hair.
So, once you get within sort of like this sort of stage, you can start meleeing him, and you can do a huge amount of damage very quickly through that. There we go, down he goes, with 1 piece of health remaining. And we actually even get the skill point. It might be beat it within 440, so it might be even easier than I thought it was. That's pretty cool. For some reason you do not get you get far fewer bolts for that one than you do the previous one. Let's actually see what the time is for that one. I'm pretty sure the third one is 150. I think the second one is 210. The first one might be something like 140. Special skill points. So there you go. Beat 445 in Mid Comic Force. So yes, I mean, as I just pretty much showed, that's really, really easy to do. So when I head over to Metropolis, I'll show you through the level. Obviously, the enemies will be will have changed because of just how, you know, whenever you revisit an area in the game, the enemies, you have different enemy combinations, usually weaker enemy combinations, to make exploring that a little bit easier. I don't think I've had any weapon upgrades to max level yet. So there's that also. obviously, as this is later on, we do actually have, like, our weapons are continuing to level up. Did I buy the Rift Inducer? We actually have access to the Quack Array, which we will use in the next episode, actually. Anyway, we'll try and zip through this as fast as possible using one of my favourite weapons, seeing... So, secret area number 1 is located up here. You break through here to get to this secret area, which you can then, usually, I think there would be enemies here, and then there's a titanium bolt at the end of that swing shot course. So that is titanium bolt number 1. You can see that also the Tyranoids have turned into metal Tyranoids, and that's what would have happened in this level. There would normally be a trophy here, I believe it's the Scrunch trophy, if I remember correctly. And then we would head through this area. This is, here we would get a cutscene where we'd see these Tyranoids turn from normal Tyranoids into metal ones, as Nefarious uses the Bio-Obliterator to transform organic life into robots. Nice. So you just continue to make your way through the level. There'd normally be 2 of those guys actually that would pop down there. And then there'd normally be a rocket ship, a dropship that would appear in between those 2 guys. The second titanium bolt on this level is located around here. You would pop around there and it would be located up on that ledge. At least the dropship turns up. So we head around this area, taking out all the enemies you can along the way. There would then be a bolt crank that you can just see ahead, which you would then use, which would move this refractor beam along. You would then refract it to there, then refract it down into that thing to create the bridge to pass over, and that would be the end of the mission. Sort of like the main storyline, aside from you would then have a boss battle against the evil version of Clank. So we currently have, we're back to normal Clank, back to our good friend Clank. Nefarious's evil version is sort of revealed, the grand reveal just here, and then you have a big boss battle against Giant Clunk. He calls him Clunk. But we managed to get through that without being scathed, which is really, really good. And then you transport back, and then you have a series of ranger missions, which we will very quickly make our way through. They are three of them with a hover ship, 1 of them with a turret, so there's very little, like, there's not much need to worry about, like, me gaining any extra levels of weapons and stuff like that, so that's all fine. We'll get, we'll obviously get a small amount of extra bolts, but yeah, no. Most of these are pretty. I don't know why there's that bar. It's another glitch, I think, with the HD version, the HD remasters for PS3. There's a lot of problems, I guess, with these, which is disappointing, obviously. Anyway, so all you need to do with this one is destroy all of the charges, which are these sort of spider-like things. Which you can do insanely fast. they were worried about it.
We never doubted you for a second, Sarge.
The second one is on the ground.
You know the drill, Sarge. Noise are everywhere, and we're getting our butts kicked.
Occasionally, this also seems to happen on the HD remasters, where whenever you do a Halo jump, the missiles will actually be coming up from an area that obviously they can't see. None of those missiles can actually hit me. Well, when I actually did the initial recording, they definitely were coming that way, so that is really surprising actually. That shows that sort of the same issues within the game for some reason. I just love the sort of the way that you can flick your beam of ice around. It's so satisfying. Oh no, that's what happened. Yeah, we actually upgraded our N60 Storm into this, which is the N90 Hurricane, which is rather satisfying to fire. It just has a weight to the fire, I guess. It feels like. Anyway, so this one's your standard destroy everything mission. Take out all the enemies. Okay, they do 15 damage. Interesting. Last time I did this without getting hit on the next two missions, on both of the next two missions, which was very satisfying. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that's 2 down, 2 to go. 1 there. There. You. Beautiful. Additionally, there is the secret you find on this area is located along, so there is a titanium bolt here. I think it's essentially on one of these towers. It's just in the middle of one of these gravity boot surfaces that lead up to the top of one of these. And yeah, so you just fly the hover ship into it, and that's how you collect it. And that is your third titanium bolt for this planet, and the third one that we need. Come on, die. There we go. And die. There we go. Sweet. The fourth one is just take out a set of these dropships. Really isn't too bad. Boom. have they done? What's that? 27 damage to me. Well, I guess it's 9 each hit. Well, being 9 each hit is really kind, because then you obviously can take 12. Lovely.
Just one more to go.
And there goes that one. That's
Flying, Sarge. The noise will be getting desperate now. Be ready for anything.
so that one again is pretty simple. And then we have finally turret command.
Here they come. Get to the turret. Blast those ships out the sky. Incoming. Roger that.
So this one we just get pelted by saucers and dropships. The turret can take a fair amount of beating, so you don't need to worry too much about it. Beautiful.
This is the last wave, Sarge. Don't get those bus buckets an inch.
There we go. So that is how we would have completed this, these missions here. Nice and simple. Those are the 5 missions that are located in the Ranger section on Metropolis. So yeah, again, I obviously apologise for I apologise for not being able to keep the original footage. I apologise for sort of like the rushed commentary and stuff like that. But hopefully you'll be able to enjoy the rest of the series as a whole. It's just one. It should only be this one episode. So hopefully you have enjoyed it nonetheless. And if not, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the series. And I hope to see you on the next episode. One final thing is you can get a skill point for taking out the Quark Blimp, which is easiest to do with the Flux Rifle. Which we are very close to actually upgrading. So yeah, once you take it down, that is another one of the skill points. So anyway, hope you have enjoyed this episode. Sorry again, and things will be back normal with the next episode. And I hope you will join me on the next.